Now, the first thing you need to do when you open SPSS is either type in data or open up a file. And here I'm going to open up a file. Click on File, and you can open all sorts of things: data, syntax, output, and script. In this class, we're only going to deal with data and output. And so to do some illustrations here, I'm going to open a data file. It's a little tricky because Citrix thinks your computer is the Citrix computer. So if you click on that, you will see things with $signs and things without. Things with $signs are things on your local computer. Things without are things on the Citrix computer. I often keep a lot of my things on my G drive, and yours will have your name on it. So if I open up my G drive, I have some data files here that I can play with. Whenever you do anything on SPSS, you get an output log of what you've done. And so it is running get file, and the file is popped up right here. Maximize that. And I'll show you some basic descriptive statistics. If you click on Analyze, this is where most of your analytic tools are. And the first thing you might want to do is run the frequencies. Frequencies, if you click on it, in SPSS, you often have this format. On the left are variables you have, on the right are variables you're looking at. So for instance, I'm going to click down on here and look at the data of mentor gender match. This happens to be people who are being mentored by another clergy, and whether or not that's a match. Click over here. Whenever you click over here, you can see all the options. So under statistics, I can do all sorts of things for these. Quartiles divides things into fourths. I can get percentiles and give it specific percentiles I want. Mean, median, mode, and sum. Let me click on those. Measure dispersion, standard deviation, variance, range, minimum, maximum, standard error of the mean, and skewness and kurtosis. Charts. This is a good place to get things like histograms with normal curve. And under Format, you can either have it in order of by the variables or comparing the variables. So if you have a whole long list of things, it can either compare within or between variables. You can suppress large categories on tables, and you can look at all sorts of other things in terms of ascending, descending. You might as well just keep this at the standards. Let's throw in another variable here, and that'll be age, and run that. It's running the frequency analysis. It's telling us that down there. It goes in our output. And we get all sorts of stuff. This will give us the number of cases, the number of missing cases for each one of the variables: mentor, gender match, and age, the mean, median, mode, standard deviation, skewness, standard error of skewness, kurtosis, standard error of kurtosis, and percentiles. And we get a frequency table for all of these. Notice that the age one is very large because there are a lot of categories here. I could have suppressed that if I wanted. We get histograms. And we have normal curves.